want war. Crime babies looking for food, starvation, the recipe, people subdued. When the people you trust got it in for you. Deceit is the word of the day and every clue. Don't let it go, it's from the days of old. Time is up, but some still do not know. Can I make up my mind? Is it worth the dime? Do I have to take a minute just to make it mine? Life's never fair, but don't listen to the TV. Go out and take a listen to the streets with the people in the slums and the homeless bums with degrees and degrees sitting under a tree. It's not easy in the world for the poor man, the one that brought you to reality. See, they don't want you to know about the black sheep, leaving 7 rows to the 12 families all around the globe with an ancient code. Is it really asking a lot to say a death old? Cause we sitting on the earth looking back at extinct, and I'm standing on some ground that's about to sink. I ain't scared for a minute, I ain't about to blink, but I documented for the world what I see and think. Feel we on the call and up and we on the break. All Congress gonna do is waste paper and ink. Vote or die, you voted and you'll die. You can have it both ways, can't say it's a lie. You can march all you want, but they playing you wrong. They only understand war, it's the same old song. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. Like a lotus coming out of the mud with colors, I create envy in those with power but jealous. I unify the poor with my song, the hell with the others. Descended the way they treat indigenous brothers, cause I understand we link forever. They try to hate us even though that we keep it together. I'm not talking about controlling the air or the weather, I'm talking about maintaining the truth, the high endeavor. A rebel drops bombs in the midst of trouble. The free world counterattack and now there's double, but nature gets the shit in a way to settle. If you stop the machines for a minute you might hear, but they won't cause the TV's whisper in the ear. And capitalism has eyes that don't tear, and they cloud up and get crazy and won't steer. And like an ad, it's hard to get an ass to listen. Living like this is like living in prison. It's hard to keep hope when you're living in prison. The spiritual thoughts, so yes, the mental prison. The outside, yes, it's got to get through. Something's gotta die, so something here can live. Your life is nothing if you got nothing to give. Keeping the spiritual, yes, disguised as religion. Controlling your mind, the mental prison. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war.
One, two, 1, 2. Yep. Let me just check the audio real quick. See how that's doing. Hope everybody's having a good day. How's the audio? Check. Oh, 1, 2. 2 seconds, y'all. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. All right. I hope the audio is good. Let me know if the audio is good. Yeah, let me see here. Now, guess what, y'all? Howard Lutnick just came out to speak, and you tell me if you think it was a little bit strange, the timing. Now, for me, the audio sounds good. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bits. To me, I'm like, this is not an accident that this dude is out on the New York Post doing interviews right now. I'm telling y'all, Trump is about to be out of there. He's about to be out, and they're putting him out. They're tired of Trump. I'm telling you. Look, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, their money is all caught up. Well, they're betting on the United States government contracts, federal contracts from the American people. And they're betting so much, that's why they back all these people in politics. It is what it is. It's in plain sight. And guess who? All of a sudden, you got Peter Thiel with J.D. Vance. You got Elon Musk with another techie, right? Another tech, quote unquote, bro, if you want to call him that, Elon Musk, right? Both of these guys have 3 citizenships each one. Each one. And these guys are all in on owning the United States of America by whatever means they think they can do it. And if they think the American people are stupid enough to just let a president sell it off to them just like that, then they will do it. If they think American people are stupid enough to let that happen. But in any case, his main boy, Howard Lutnick, yes, let me say it again. Howard Lutnick. This guy right here, he is out here talking. He's talking. And he has a whole lot of shit to say. Now, I said this before. Trump would not make it to Christmas. He's not going to make it to Christmas. Every day that Trump is in there is a day that Elon Musk and Peter Thiel are getting their money fucked up. Like straight up, their money is getting hit. Their image is taking a hit because everybody knows that Peter Thiel and JD Vance they're connected to each other, and Elon Musk and Trump are connected to each other. So these guys have gone in with doing all types of shit to make sure that regime won the election in 2024. They were backing these guys with everything they got. Every little knob, every little internet thing, every little bill they could throw out there. And we talking about for a while, right? Now, so we got the Trump regime, but Trump is looking horrible. The man can't do it anymore. He just can't do it anymore. He faked a lot of people out, but his ass is just goddamn old, and he's not going to be able to walk. Trump is going to fall out on stage, and I'm telling you, before this man does, he is going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. It can't come fast enough. Look, they got a plan A and a plan B. If they could get the Supreme Court to hear her shit fast enough, if that process could go fast enough, Trump would love it if they would just let her off the hook and take the hit. But they will be taking a hit, because everybody knows that Supreme Court is corrupt already. They've been taking bribes under the table, or whatever you want to talk. You could call it gifts. Yeah, let's call it gifts. They've been taking gifts under the table and didn't report it in the millions of dollars, right? They broke the rules. You see, not only that, but they have been biased, politically biased against Democrats and taxpayers. Against the very taxpayers. Now, look, democracy is democracy. You get a vote. Every person gets a vote. It's how the Constitution works. You get a vote, right? We're already in an electoral college. So that means it's not even one man, one vote. They have it gerrymandered with this what do you call it? Electoral college, basically. That's gerrymandered. Because you have states with less money, states with less population, having a whole lot of power over states with a lot of population and a lot more money and a lot more people, like flat out, right? So this is what it is right now. The Supreme Court has been backing that shit. But now what they're doing is they've just turned hard to favoring Trump on things that they would never do for anyone else. It's almost like they're fighting for their life too. Like they know if Trump is out of there, they out of there. Like they know if they lose the House and the Senate, some of these Supreme Court justices might get impeached too. Yes. They're acting like it because they keep trying to make reasons on that shadow docket to do all the American people's business without doing the American people's business. Just here's another gift, Trump, or here's another gift, Trump. You know, all of it's behind no court cases, no filings, no hearings, no nothing, no decisions being made. No, you see what I mean? They're just doing it all on the shadow docket. So there's something bad going on, but the time is running out. I don't think the time is running out so fast. I don't think between the paperwork and it looking real strange for the Supreme Court to just rush into that and do it in a matter of days or weeks, everyone would see they're rushing. So it's like a clock. Can Trump make it long enough for that to happen and not look strange? Or is he going to fall out on stage first? And obviously, if he does that, JD Vance would have to be put into office. Basically, he would take his place, right? Well, here's the thing. I personally think Trump ain't going to make it to the court hearings. Like the Supreme Court, I don't think he's going to make it long enough. Every day he's killing Elon Musk's image and Peter Thiel's image. That's what's going on. So I think either way, no matter what, Donald Trump, the closer he gets to falling out, the quicker this pardon is going to come with Ghislaine Maxwell. But in any case, this is how I believe that the fix is in now. Like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, they're tired of Trump. And you know why that is? Because you got Lutnick out there now basically telling you Trump is fucked. He's basically telling you without saying it, he's basically saying Trump, everybody who's involved, everyone who was in there is a part of it. And he didn't say Trump, but Trump was one of those people's all involved that don't want these files to come out. Now let's listen. Let's listen to Lutnick. I mean, this guy is cold and callous. He just flipped the script on Trump. Trust me, there is no way in hell Trump would want this guy out there giving interviews, especially like this. Look.
Coming in with energy. You just...
All right. He's talking about all this shit with Trump and blah, 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 and how people should talk to Trump if they want to get what they want out of him. Right. Anyway, but let's get to the meat.
Negotiate with him. I said, use your superpower. She says, what's that? I go, you're a woman of great authority. Just speak.
Let's skip this way.
That's too much.
Yeah,
like,
you see that little misogynistic shit came out there, but he is dropping some facts about Trump. Like Trump does react. He likes to look like the big man in the room. So if you answer him like you have authority, he doesn't like that essentially. But here,
say no. If you go at the first day of my oldest son, he's got a little wetty picture only at 8:48 timestamp in the building.
You're in the school then.
Yeah, I'm just in the school.
Right.
And then my phone keeps ringing, but I have a flip phone. But there's no one on the other end. So just before they came and told me a plane hit the building, my own friend hit the building.
Wow.
He was talking about 9/11 there, but forget that.
I'm going to go. So, but I hadn't seen a video or anything.
Yeah.
Right? This is 2001.
Mm.
So I go right to Fifth Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
From Fifth Avenue, you go straight down, and by the time you get in the city, rising. Like he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not.
All right, here we go.
Rising. So I'm right with my wife. And like, gross. Right with my wife.
Here we go. So he goes over to meet Epstein. He gets a call.
The guy's gross. Rising. So I'm scared. The guy's gross. Right with my wife. And like he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
no, they participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was, get a massage, and what?
Nah, they participated. Exactly. Look, anyone could put two and two together. If anybody else knows this guy and had access to his home and saw those massage tables, this is what Lutnick is saying. No, they participated. Let's hear it.
What you saw. Or did they see it and ignore it? Or so how come Bill Gates?
Bro, the guy's gross. And you can see smoke in the city.
I'm going to let it play from here.
So I'm scared. The guy's gross. Right with my wife. And like he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they?
I'm going to give you a warning. You can see it's been edited right there, y'all. That's not me editing it. They went back after they had this live interview and edited it, because the parts that I recorded before, they just cut right past that. But at least they left this part. So let's listen. I have the other parts too, but let's listen to this. They actually edited. On YouTube, when you put up a video, after it's up, you can actually edit it later and cut out different parts that you want cut out. Yes, they have that in YouTube Studio, on the back end. for creators. But so they cut this shit out. But check it out. They do leave this.
They see it and ignore it, or
No, they participate.
Let me just let you hear that.
Oh, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
right.
And you can see smoke in the city rising. So I'm scared. The guy's gross.
So you see, they cut out about 5 minutes of him talking about Epstein, how he met Epstein. You know, he got a phone call and someone wanted to link them up. They said, oh no, was it Epstein's assistant came over to his crib and said, either called or came over to the crib and said, your neighbor, Mr. Epstein, would like to invite you for coffee. So him and his wife go over there. This is what he says. And they go there for coffee. And then he starts talking to Epstein, and Epstein asked him, do you want a tour? Would you like a tour? Look how fast they already took this off. Do you want a tour? And he said, yeah, okay. So he took him on a tour of his home. And in one of the rooms, there was this massage parlor, this massage table with candles everywhere. And he begins to talk to him about, he asked him, how many times do you get massages? And he was like, multiple times a day. You see? And then he said something to him in his ear, like, and these type of massages, blah, 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 you know, to give him an idea of what you would expect. You know, he says it in his own words, but it's basically a certain kind of massage, right? The kind that Epstein was offering people, those kind of massages. And then now they cut to here, and he's like, he told the dude that he told his wife or whatever that he wasn't going to see the guy again. And here we go from right here.
Right with my wife. And like, he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw?
So how could Bill Gates and all these other people hang around him and not see what Howard Lutnick saw? Now, who are all those other people? Just put a name in it. Is Trump one of those, all those other people? If you think Trump was one of those, all those other people, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think Trump is one of those, all other people, all those other people, put a 2 in the chat. If you think he was one of those people, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put a 2 in the chat. Now, she asked him, and what about all those other people?
The deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
right.
Or did they see it and ignore it? Nah, they participated. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing right here, right now, in your face, in real time, is Trump being taken out. Trump is being taken out right here. And he's being taken out by the man that was next to him, playing him close. Like, that's what you just witnessed. I'm telling you. At least that's my observation. Trump is not going to last a week. You know, he's out of here very, very fast. Let's play that back.
And all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw. Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
right.
That's what his MO was, get him.
Nah, they participated. That's what Epstein's MO was. Listen.
Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
right.
That's what.
Look at her say, right. Listen, y'all. They know this is a hit piece on Trump. Even the interviewer knows it at the New York Post. This, I'm telling you, they are flipping on Trump. He's out of there. Listen to how she even react.
Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right.
Right.
So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw?
Good question.
Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
right.
They participated. Did you hear her answer? Right. Listen, this is a hit piece on Trump. Trump is out of there. Trump's out of there. Ghislaine Maxwell is about to get this pardon. When you drop a bomb like this out there, you don't have months. You don't have maybe even weeks, yo. Something is happening inside of that Trump administration. It's over for Trump. And they are getting his ass out of here. I'm telling you, Peter Thiel got too much at stake. Elon Musk got way too much at stake. And they see how pissed the American fucking people are. And they better see. They better see how pissed the American people are, because American people ain't going for this shit. They're pissed. You have basically tried to sell out their country for cold cash with just no care of what destruction, of what havoc would ensue. No care for the people, no care for the country. Trust me, they're fucking scared. And I'm being mild about it. American people have guns. They do. They do. They're not all going to just go out there like, pissed off about Charlie Kirk. Fuck Charlie Kirk. There's more serious shit at hand. Your country being sold out. Somebody trying to stop your fucking elections. Somebody trying to end democracy. That's more serious. Fuck Charlie Kirk. And American citizens are sitting back, calm, cool, and collective, saying, yeah, you just try to take this fucking democracy from us, all right? You just try to take it. You just try to stop elections, motherfucker. You just try it. I'm telling you.
That's what his MO was.
All these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw. Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video.
And what happened in that massage room, I assume, is on video. Howard Lutnick just fucked Donald Trump. He just fucked Donald Trump. Thank you, Howard Lutnick. You may have spared your life. You may have spared yourself the wrath. Because no one else has. The rest of these people still capping for this fool. The rest of these people are still capping for Trump. Look, Lutnick was like, fuck this. Lutnick is cold with it, man. He is cold with it. Yo, it's over for the Trump regime. They're done. They're done. They're done.
Around him and not see what you saw.
All right, let me let it play.
Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right.
That's what his
You saw. Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right. See it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right. And ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right. It and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
Right.
That's what
Or
No, they participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was. They participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was. They participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video. This guy was the greatest.
Hey, fuck it. I assume it's on video too. I've been assuming that. Hey, at least Howard is saving his ass, because who the fuck didn't assume it's on video? You know what I'm saying? But Howard is like, fuck it. FBI, can you talk to me? I want to help you. I want to talk to somebody. I know something. Let me tell you how it went down, y'all. The FBI was like, we don't want to know nothing about that. And he was like, fuck it. Let me go to New York Post. Nah, but New York Post, I'm pretty sure whoever contacted Lutnick and said, yo, Lutnick, you got to, pull the lever now. You got to pull the lever, homeboy. Is the same people that contacted New York Post. I mean, it's just my thought. But yeah, legacy media is in fucking trouble too. So they're either going to flip on Trump and stop this shit save, or they're going to burn down in flames too with everybody else that's a part of this shit. Because they literally tried to sell out the motherfucking United States of America. The United States of America is one of the few countries where the citizens have the right to bear arms, especially to the degree that American citizens are. You won't find that anywhere in the world, just anywhere. No. Can you find that in China? Oh, hell fucking no. Can you find that in Russia? Can you? No. Authoritarian. They ain't trying to have that shit. They not trying to get overrun. They regulate shit. But listen, the United States of America is a lot of people, 350 million people with the right to bear arms, and Americans are fucking pissed, to say the least. They're livid, left and right. Let's listen a little more.
Blackmailer ever.
What the?
Get him a
Oh, and why? And why did he? Why, Lutnick? Why do you think he was giving these young girls, getting these young girls to give them massages? What do you think that was all about, Lutnick? Was it just because Epstein was a freaky mother effer? Was it just because he liked to get it on? Was it he was just fulfilling his own loins? Was it that? Listen.
massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
This guy was the greatest blackmail ever. So, you mean there were more crimes that the FBI could fucking investigate? You mean there was blackmail? And if there was blackmail, where's the blackmail coming from? Could there be espionage also involved? Could there be foreign countries? Could it be Putin? Could Putin have that? Could Netanyahu have it? Who the fuck knows? I'm betting Putin definitely got something on Trump. But let's hear it again. You may not have to go with the espionage. Maybe you need more proof. But Lutnick is coming out and saying, yes, the blackmail is goddamn real. At least he thinks so.
Get a massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video.
Ooh.
This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever. Blackmail again?
People. That's
People? Who did he blackmail? Who?
ever. Blackmail
And who did he blackmail?
people.
Oh, he blackmailed people?
That's how he had money.
That's how he had money. Oh. At least the man standing to the left of Trump thinks that's true. Now, I'm pretty sure for the hardcore trolls and the ones that's getting paid more than 50 cents an hour, right? I'm sure these ones, the hardcore ones, this, they can't fuck with this information. This has nothing to do with them. They're going to be like, you crazy, goddamn it, you stupid, you're a liar, you a jacker, man, you imagining things, yo. V-Media, you imagining things. Right, we understand that. That's where the trolls are. Then the Trump loyalists, goddamn, I mean, Howard Lutnick definitely is not a Trump loyalist, yo. I have to say that. But Karen Levy, what's she up to? Karen Levy, huh? What's she up to? Is she gonna think that Howard Lutnick is? What does she think about that? Karen Lutnick, what do you think? Karen Levitt, whatever the hell your name is. Karen, hey, what is her goddamn name? Caroline, sorry. Caroline, oh Caroline. What did you think about what Lutnick said, Caroline?
Right.
That's what his MO was, Get a massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video.
Is it true what Howard Lutnick said, Caroline?
This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
Is it true what Lutnick said, Caroline?
Blackmail people.
Is that true what he said, Caroline?
So he had money.
Ooh, is that how he had money, Caroline? Oh, right. Well, in any case, let's see who else is going to fall with this guy. How many days do y'all think Trump is going to last? Put in the number of days. All right, let's get specific here. Is it going to be, let's say, Do you think it's 10 days? Let's start low. You know what I'm saying? Let's start low. Do you think it's going to be 10 days? Do you or less? Do you think it's going to be 30 days or less? Do you think it's going to be 60 days or less? Or do you think it's going to be 90 days or less? Or do you think this shit is just fabricated? Whatever the hell his name is, Lutnik doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Let me have any one of those answers. I'm just going to go on the line here, and I'm just going to say, I think he's going to go about 10 days, not more than 10 days. I put 10 in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, 60 days. Okay. The bit says 60 days. That's okay. How much you want to bet? $5? I got you. I'll see that $5 and give you 10. All right. If he goes 60, what'd you say? 60 days? You said 60. Okay. If he goes, I tell you what, if he goes more than 10 days, I got you on $5. I don't even goddamn think he's going to go that far, you know? I just really don't think so. I think it's over. Hold on. But let me, for the sake of this, let me look at the chat a little bit, y'all, and see what the deal is. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. For people who answered the question, okay, Jester Hero says he's going to go 14,060 days. Okay, well, we know that ain't going to happen. Let's see here. Who else? Okay, who else? Come on, y'all. How long is he going to go? How long is he going to go? Is he going to go? Again, let me just give the answers back so people can participate. Is he going to go further than 10 days? Is he going to go further than 30 days? Is he going to go further than 60 days? Or does Lutnik not know what he's talking about? You let me know. Okay, Determined said Trump's time will come, but that's not specific enough, bro. And hold on. Now, let me see. God, G-Dog, I hear you, but you don't have to put it 3 times, bro. Once is good, all right? You don't have to do more than that. But you could answer the question, G-Dog, you know what I'm saying? Elon probably replaced him with a robot. You never, nah, they ain't that good with it yet. You seen Elon's robots? Them shits ain't shit, boy. Yo, let me see here. Bit said, I think he will know he's doomed, but he won't let this go easy unless he is as unhealthy as I think he is. Yeah, he is. The sooner the better. I don't think he's gonna make it. Bits, I don't think this. I think it's that message right there was like a harp that set off a fire. That's it. The house is burning. If you can't get the message with what Howard Lutnick just said, then damn, you pretty goddamn slow. I mean, let's hear it again.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. So I go right to Fifth Avenue. Decades is on from Fifth Avenue. And you could see, so I'm scared. The guy's gross. Right with my wife. He's gross. The guy's gross. This was not the deep nuance of Howard.
Okay, looking for answers said his special sauce filled hearts would soon give up, and how the world would dance as one. Oh hell yeah! When his heart gives out, in fact, when he has a grave, he better not have a normal grave because people gonna straight up piss on his grave. Straight up, yo, it better not be in the United States of America. That shit better be inside a mausoleum or something. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's just in the ground, outside, anywhere, if they do him like he did his wife and just buried her ass in Mar-a-Lago or some shit, it ain't safe, yo.
Or Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it? And
American Muscle, do you really think Trump can survive this? Take a look. Maybe you just came and listen to Lutnick. Listen to what Lutnick just said.
Guy's gross. And you could see smoke.
All right, listen to that. I'm going to let it play.
City rising. So I'm scared. The guy's gross. Right with my wife. And he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
No, they participated.
right.
That's what his MO was, get a massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever. Blackmailed people. That's how he had money.
Okay.
Jeres gæster går op i musikken, når de er på restaurant eller til besøg. Det bør I også.
Do you believe Howard Lutnick is telling the truth about his observations? And do you believe, like, he gave a whole story? This wasn't the whole part. He said a lot more that they cut out somehow of this interview after it was up, Let me see. Can I find that? Can I pull that down so y'all can hear the rest of this? Let me see something. Let me see if I can find that. It's here on the drive, I believe. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Home. Right. Let's see what's in here. If I go like this today, right, and I go up inside of here. Let me see. Okay. No. I didn't put it up yet. So that's okay. But I will have to upload it. But so this is the deal. This is the deal what happened. He said, right, Howard Lutnick, before this part that they cut out, before they cut it out, right, he describes how he met Epstein. And what he says was, because I've seen it, so I can't say it verbatim, but I'm going to give you close as possible to what was said. He said that he got a call or someone came over, his assistant. Either he got a call from the assistant or the assistant came to his house. Lutnick used to live directly next to him in number 11. So, and I think Epstein was number 9, something like that, or vice versa, right? So they're direct neighbors. They shared a wall between their houses, right? Up in Manhattan, right? So Lutnick says that his assistant contacts him and says, Mr. Epstein wants to invite you for a coffee. When he moved into the place, he had just moved into his house. He described his house, how shitty it was, blah, blah, blah. Right. So because they had to re-renovate it. So he said, yeah, why not? So he went over to meet Epstein, him and his wife. Right now, Epstein asked them when they got there, did they want to take a tour? Right. That's what Epstein asked. And they were like, OK, well, shit, we're here. Let's take a tour. And they went around, showed them the place. And one of the rooms was a room with a massage table in the middle and had candles all over the place. And then he started asking them, he asked them, how many times you get a massage here? How often? And he was like, a couple of times a day. Right. So he was like, oh, OK, damn. And then Epstein answered back something that let him know that, oh, okay, these are different kind of massages, right? And he was kind of offering Lutnick some, letting Lutnick know that, hey, this is offer. Or I'm not sure exactly how he worded it, but he let him know that these massages were the type of massages you heard him talk about, disgusting, right? In his words. Now, so then, once he leaves, he's like, he's not screwing with Epstein anymore. But then he gets to this part, as you heard, where he starts talking. They start asking in the interview, they start asking, what do you think about other people who were there and didn't say anything about it, right? So here you have it. Hold on. Oops. What the hell did I just do? Is it here? Oh, okay. I just made a mistake. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Boom. Now, let me turn it up again.
If you attack Donald Trump, it charges his batteries. It doesn't back away. Donald Trump, I've never seen interviews. You decades in the city. Nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy is
All these other
but rising. So I'm scared. The guy's gross.
Okay, so this is where they pick back up in the interview. So the part that I told you was right before that, and they cut that out. They obviously cut a lot out here, I can see, but they started up right here again. So
I'm right with my wife. And he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
no, they participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever. Blackmail people. That's how he had money.
So, in my view, this is not an accident. This video is a hit piece on Donald Trump. This is a case of the man to your left, keep them close, keep your enemies closer, or watch the man on your left and your right, like watch them. You see what I mean? And Lutnick wants to obviously continue and survive after Trump. Peter Thiel, obviously, who is behind Vance largely, obviously wants to survive after Trump. Elon Musk is another billionaire who wants to survive after Trump. Peter Thiel has invested so much in getting Donald Trump elected, and also the this type of theology behind MAGA, and creating it, and like creating this whole space with this whole brainwash scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's behind it? Like they curated that shit. Peter Thiel, quote unquote, allegedly is the one who kind of curated that space for these people, right? And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever read, I haven't read it, but I've seen quotes from it. Quotes from J.D. Vance's book, this Hillbillyology. He has some quotes in there where he's saying something about how basically it told me that he thinks these people are stupid. He says that these rednecks, these hillbillies, they fall for pride, false pride, bad pride that is sometimes not good for them at all. Hence, they've been studying these MAGA people. They've been studying Midwestern people. They've been studying this right wing and how they think. You see what I mean? For a minute. And allegedly, Peter Thiel is behind a lot of this, this strategy about MAGA online. Now, Elon Musk is obviously behind Trump. They've invested millions. You got to understand, they have more. Me and you being American citizens, we have our name at stake, our citizenship, as the future of our country at stake. But Peter Thiel has 3 citizenships. That means he's got 3 countries. Elon Musk has 3 citizenships. That means he's got 3 countries. Me and you, we only got 1. And that's all we got. And we ain't rich. And our family's been toiling in that soil. My family at least been toiling in that soil way fucking longer than Elon Musk or Peter Thiel. My family on both sides goes back to the colonial period before there was this country, when people was fighting to have a goddamn country. You see what I'm saying? So, and we not rich. I'm not rich. So I got every fucking thing to lose. But these guys, they have loads of money to lose. They put their future billions in all of this scamming. You see, they're getting government contracts. They have that to lose. Do you? Do you have that to lose, any government contracts? They do. Obviously, Howard Lutnick wants to survive as a businessman, but he's a billionaire. But look, let me tell you, look at how this interview was conducted out of the blue, and look at how forthright Lutnick is being all of a sudden. And look at the interviewer. She's like, right. Right. Look, they just come straight with the questions. And this is not even in the part that's been redacted. This is what you're seeing. Of course, they redacted the part that I described. But this is a series of questions that they didn't redact in the middle. They didn't split up in the middle. You get to hear them talk about 3 main points. And she's like, right. Yeah, tell me about it. Like, she was preparing for these. She knows that they already know They already knew. This is what I'm saying. This is my view. They knew. The same people that called Lutnick and said, hey, by the way, you should do this interview, is the same people that called New York Post and was like, do this interview. Who are you going to get to do this piece? This has got to be a hit piece this month. I'm telling you, it's likely Peter Thiel or Elon Musk.
Decades. So I know this.
It's somebody with a lot of money.
The soonest you can see the village, you can see the building.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let this play one more time, and then I'm gonna go on to the next one here, the next topic.
And you could see smoke.
Come on now.
Gross. Right with my wife. And like, he's gross. The guy's gross. This was not, the deep nuance of Howard Lutnick. This guy is gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
no, they participated.
Right.
You see that? Right. That's key. You see how she answered that? That was a key point they needed to get across in this interview.
Not see what you and
guy's gross.
Right. So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
no, they participated.
Right.
So you see, they locked people. This whole idea that you knew something, but you ignored it, they just cast that shit out the window. That's destroyed. That's over. That is finished. So what's left? Once you take that part off the table, that excuse off the table, what do you have left? You have nothing but they participated. This is a fucking hit piece on Donald Trump. You are about to see this man crash, that administration crash. You are about to see this man pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm guessing that part. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't see how this is his last thing, because she's going to turn against his ass too if he don't. Number one. And it's over for Trump now. When you see people next to him that have been standing there right next to him in the White House every fucking day, getting every fucking thing they wanted, and they do this, it's over, yo. It's over. This y'all about to see a whole lot of shit go down in the next 24 hours. I guarantee you. In the next 48 hours, you're going to hear about, damn, what happened to Levitt, Caroline Levitt and JD Vance? They had a fight. You're going to start hearing. You're going to start hearing about all kinds of shit. Just, all kinds of shit not going right. And then you're going to get to, Trump pardons her. He goes sick. JD Vance comes into office, right? Because Trump is pardoned, and then JD Vance pardons Trump. Something. They're going to have to promise him something to go easy, some kind of guarantees, because you got to remember, he's got a whole lot of trouble ahead of him. He's got a whole lot of trouble ahead of him, Donald Trump. And JD Vance probably going to try to pardon him for 100 things, but it ain't going to fucking work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to. That's my guess. That's my best guess. But in any case, let's go back, because there's some other things that connect with this now. Hold on. What was that? What happened there?
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what your song needs. This is co-producer. The fastest way.
Sorry.
Watch this.
So
I'm using Designer, which will import content from your blog, from a Google.
Stop that. Is that what's going on? Let me get this up here. Yeah, we had Jasmine Crockett. She basically went ballistic also. Here we go. These things tie into what is going on right now as well. What's happening? This shit, I'm telling you, the timing on this is not by coincidence. Shit it's all coming together right now. It's all falling apart basically for Trump. But here, let's take a listen.
The Democrats saying, look, the healthcare situation in this country is about to become very untenable. if we do not do something. So we have to take a stand here, and we're not just going to tell the voters it's so bad, you got to give us a gavel back in November, next midterms, we're going to do something now. And then you got the Republicans saying, well, the Democrats are holding the government hostage, and they want to give health care to undocumented folks. And by the way, since they want to play...
So you see how this ties in to the timing. See, this is also very, very, very bad for Trump. All of this shit was Trump's idea. He is the one who single-handedly was telling Congress, to the Republicans, to not negotiate with Democrats. That's Trump's whole angle. And it has failed. It has failed because, first of all, they lied and they manipulated about what happened. If you go back, like 4 or 5 months ago, when this first thing came up about the budget, see, they chose to kick it down the line to this time, but they could have handled it earlier, but they chose to kick that ball down the hill and go down after it, take their time in deciding that. Now, they knew that the deal that they signed with Trump earlier was, and it was only because they didn't want the government to shut down 6 months ago. So they signed the deal, even though they disagreed with it, but they said, you know what? It's better to let the government stay open. That's what Schumer said himself. Democrats didn't like it. The Democrats in the Congress were like, fuck no. Remember, there was a difference of opinion between Hakim, between the Congress and the Senate. So Schumer's in the Senate, and the Congress is like, fuck Trump. We ain't funding shit, because that's our job, to fund shit. We hold the purse. That's what Congress is. We hold the purse. Anything that got something to do with some money, we have oversight. We sign the checks. Right? It's our job, literally, to do that. And Schumer said, okay, well, that's fair enough, but we can revisit this point, right? Because once we sign the law, guess what happens? It doesn't initiate until later this year. So they knew that. So they agreed on that. They said, fuck it. We will revisit this. When we have to actually sign it 6 months down the line again, then we will deal with that problem. Well, it's down the line now. Now it's coming. And so the timing on this is another bad thing for Trump. Trump has fucked up the economy. I'm telling you, listen, this is what Lutnick shit is about. Trump has fucked up. Trump has lost his goddamn mind. He's going out talking to the military like that. He appointed a dude who's never been in the military. A dude who's just been in the National Guard. What the fuck is that? Oh, excuse me, no disrespect to the National Guard, but I got homies that's been in the real fucking military. Marines, Army, real shit where they drop your ass outside for 30 days in the freezing cold and only drop you some canned food every once in a while if you fucking make it. Like, seriously. You see what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And you know how the Marines get down too. On top of that, that's even worse than that. You see, anybody that has family members that's been in the Marines, been in the military. My father was in the damn military, in the Army. You see what I'm saying? Anybody who has family members that served in the military or served their country, in their family history, in their family story, is fucking offended by what Pete Hegseth has done, by what Donald Trump has fucking done. The country may not be perfect, but goddamn, yo, you can't just shit on us like that, homeboy. Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. And Donald Trump has taken a big shit on the United States of America. And I'm telling you, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, they know. If they want to salvage anything, they need to get this motherfucker out of office right now. I'm telling you, the American people are about to be off the fucking chain. And I said this 1 month ago. The folks that's been following me know a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, this is exactly what I've been saying. This moment is going to come, and this moment is here. That's my thought. But let's play a little bit more, because Jasmine is going to describe some things.
Since they want to play games, we're going to fire a bunch of people, not just furlough them. And I just kind of feel like the argument that the Democrats are making, one makes more sense
here's
to me as a voter, but Two is more humane, and it really feels like the Republicans are playing games on this, and I don't think healthcare is a game.
It shouldn't be a game, but clearly they have decided to make it a game. And it's interesting that you bring up the retaliation. The Republican response to us allegedly holding the government hostage is to go out and hurt the people, the very people that are serving our country and serving our constituents. This tells you who it is that they are fighting for. They didn't say they were going to hurt the billionaires. They said they were going to hurt the very people that make this government go. And honestly, I don't think they need a shutdown as an excuse to hurt them, because we've seen the illegal firings and the illegal rifts, and we've seen all the court cases, and we've seen them have to go back because they're idiots and don't know who they're firing, and then they're like, oh, never mind, I may need you back. So, you know, this is just another excuse for them to do the very inhumane things that they want to do.
I mean, we finally have a chance at a very clear message here, and I think.
All right, so you know, the Republicans went out and did this whole lie, right, about what is it? Oh, they did this lie about what's going on with the healthcare. You know, the idea is the Democrats knew they were kicking the bucket down the hill and was going to revisit the budget again anyway, right? They knew that. They knew that they had time. It was going to be in 6 months to fund the government, so they could always use this thing about healthcare and bring the issue back up. Well, now the Democrats are 100% in agreement about it. The Senate and the House. The House has always been like, fuck this. Let's not fund the government. If this is our job, let's not do it if they're not negotiating with us, right? Even though, I mean, the Republicans didn't have a supermajority. When you have a supermajority, it gives you a clearer idea that, you know what, we can do lots without consulting the other party, because we don't just have 50%, we got 70%. Right. And that's obviously a real mandate. Donald Trump never had 70%. He had 51%. And when you have 51%, any party, you're supposed to negotiate with the other side on everything. Really, that's what you're supposed to fucking do. Right. In a democracy that doesn't have a bunch of sociopaths in it. Right. So the Democrats didn't have that. And now it's up. So now that this is kicking in, everybody is seeing it. It's been Trump that's been banging on his chest, telling people, fuck the Democrats. You don't need to bargain with them. You don't need to negotiate. And guess what? Now you seeing the results. Because if the Democrats go along with it this time, they will be going against what they stand for real. It's not another moment to stand. It's only right now. And if they go along with this, Americans, no matter if you're from the Midwest, no matter if you're Republican, no matter if you're Democrat, a lot of people, millions of people, are 20 million, 30, 40, 50 million. Everybody's going to be affected, but 20 to 40 million people is going to be fucked. If you're lucky, because there's a lot of people that can't even get this goddamn, is going to be totally kicked off. But 20 to 40 is going to be still having it, but their premiums are going to go way up, yo. Way up. You see what I mean? Between something like 20 and 600%. You know, for real. People, no matter who you are as an American citizen, you should want the Democrats to hold out on this matter straight up. And even if they get the Republicans to drop this bullshit about healthcare, the situation is still bad, because the problem is Donald Trump. He must be impeached, or they're going to have to do this soft coup with Howard Lutnick, get his ass the fuck out of here. The media's got to get, Trump is going to go sick and they're going to replace something. They better do something. Because the country ain't got days left. The country doesn't. It's actually reaching a point where something devastatingly bad is imminent. You see? Like, the people are not safe right now with Trump as the president. Your safety is in danger, and it's not just your health care. If something happens, if the country gets attacked, you don't want Donald Trump in the middle. You don't want that. You don't want that right now. And if he stays in power, you are about to be hit economically so fucking hard. Like, straight up. And you will have fucked over every ally in every country that ever worked together with the United States, you would have gone like this. You would have gave them the F finger, like straight up. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. You ain't going to get another fucking chance to fix that problem. Like, yeah. Anyway, Crockett, homegirl Crockett, also had something else to say, so let me check that out. She was on it as she is always. Wow, I don't have so much to say about Jasmine Crockett, but because she's thorough and she's beautiful. But is this it right here? Is this it right here? Okay, no. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Here it is. Oh shit, it was right there. Sorry.
My Republican friend.
Here it is. There it is right here. Let me hear this real quick.
For everybody involved. Joining me now in studio, Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas. She's on the Oversight and Judiciary Committees. Welcome. Nice to see you in person again.
It's good to see you too.
Yield, man. You're a civil rights lawyer.
Wait a second. This is the wrong one. Yeah.
My Republican friends, they got a little bit of a better messaging every now and then. So I wondered if that was the case in this fight. And as I've been paying attention, it strikes me that on one side you have the Democrats saying, look, the healthcare situation in this country is about to become very untenable if we do.
Here it is. Sorry about that.
There's breaking news here on Capitol Hill tonight as we are nearly one full day into the government shutdown, as we've now heard from House Speaker Mike Johnson's office, who tells us that the new Congresswoman-elect, Adelita Grijalva, will be sworn in when the House returns to session next week.
Now, you see this. So, this is my point. Epstein, you heard Howard Lutnick talk about Epstein, right? And he basically tells you, without saying it, that, you can interpret it however you want, but it sounds to me a lot like he didn't leave any room to say that Trump could not have participated. Like, he's basically saying there's no way in hell Trump wasn't participating, in other words. It sounds like that anyway. Now back to the Epstein files, you see, and they're saying that MAGA Mike Johnson, right, who has his own news, because goddamn, some shit was about to be dropped about him, they say, about his Grindr profile. That's what this podcaster said. They have access to his Grindr profile, or his used to be Grindr profile, and that they were going to release it. But in any case, back to this. MAGA Mike Johnson delayed Congress. He's the one that's actually delayed Congress from actually coming in session. He didn't want to call Congress in session because he was going to have to swear this newly elected Congresswoman in to office, and she is primed to sign to be the 218th signature on this disposition to get the Epstein files out, at least so they can have a vote in Congress. They need 218 people. And if they get 218 to say, yeah, after they have the official vote, it's got to be released. So MAGA Mike Johnson, he's been delaying that, right? So again, the center point is Epstein, right? And how many people have been either fighting to make you think, nah, it's not Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump. No, it's other people, people that have been lying and capping for Trump. It looks like it's wearing off because Howard Lutnick is like, nope, I ain't capping no more. And then you have this catching up to him. This took a month. This took over a month to get 218 signatures. They've been talking about this for a month. That didn't happen fast. That took work. People had to wait, but now it's come through and they're still stalling. You see what I mean? So let's hear what Jasmine got to say about that.
We spoke with Speaker Johnson last night about the House and when they're coming back. Democrats have been here, but he has not required House Republicans to be here. And here's the reason this matters and why this will be so significant, because Grijalva is expected to provide what is going to be
do me a favor, y'all. Click the like button, please. Please click the like button.
A pivotal vote to force the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files currently held by the Justice Department. It's a vote that for several weeks and months, Speaker Johnson has resisted. Joining me tonight is a member of the House Oversight Committee, Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett of Texas. And I just wonder, this has been a big thing that a lot of Democrats have been asking about, I know. What's your reaction to Speaker Johnson's announcement about swearing her in next week?
Yeah, it sounds like they finally twisted somebody's arm to get off the discharge petition. our representative-elect Grijalva will be signature number 218, forcing every single member in the House, Democrats and Republicans, to take a vote on the release of the Epstein files. And interestingly enough, a lot of people have asked, do you think that the shutdown is a distraction from this? And part of it, yeah, I think anything that the president can do to get people to distract from Epstein, he's going to do it. But the fact that he's willing to swear her in now almost convinces me that the White House has twisted somebody to jump off so that we still will be down and not have the full 218.
Because there were, was it 3 House Republicans who were
4?
Well, Thomas Massey, they're not.
So you heard that part. She's saying that now that Mike Johnson is willing to go into session soon, not right now, but soon, makes her believe that Trump likely has convinced one of the people that signed to go against it, you know. So that's a theory, but that's what she's saying.
Not going to get him to.
They're
to
not
come
going to
over.
get him, no.
But there were a few others that there were questions of the White House.
Marjorie is one of them.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, I believe, was one other.
Nancy.
In terms of trying to get
Anna
them
Paulina
to change their
Luna,
minds.
I think, is the other one.
So you think that maybe this means the White House successfully convinced one of them to,
I do.
to change that?
I
So
do.
does that mean that you think that ultimately this vote won't be successful?
Well, we won't even have a vote. So if we don't have the full 218 signatures, then we won't be able to put it on the floor for a vote. If we get it to the floor for a vote, it'll pass. And I think it'll pass with more than the 218 that it took for the discharge petition, because I don't think some people want to be on record as voting to support pedophiles, even though we know in their actions they are absolutely supporting pedophiles.
So if your instinct bears out, what happens then with the this
well,
big
we have
push?
another special election that's coming up. We've got another 2 special elections coming up, one in Tennessee for a Republican seat, and maybe we'll have a miracle since Democrats have been overperforming by approximately no less than 10 points. And then we have a special election for a Democratic seat down in Houston.
So you can see this is not easy. This is like a technical battle, but obviously the center of this is the Epstein files. Yeah, I mean, when you have somebody like Howard Lutnick, the guy who's always standing right next to Trump, come out and say this is damning. This is damning. And if you can't see that, I don't know how long you've been following how, you know, the news and how politics goes, and politics in the United States, how shit gets done. But if you want a lesson, I will tell you, this was a hit piece on Donald Trump. That interview with Lutnick and the New York Post, and that was coordinated by some people that have a lot at stake and have a lot already invested in this presidency, in the Trump administration. You know, that's my word on it. That's what I say. But I'm gonna let this play a little bit more and then take a look at the chat, see what we got.
Okay, and I'm not sure if you saw this today. People in the White House certainly saw this interview that the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick did with the New York Post, where he was actually talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He was had long had a house next to his in New York, and he was talking about this moment when he and his wife met Jeffrey Epstein, and this is what Howard Lutnick had to say.
I say to him, massage table in the middle of your house? How often you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me.
Ooh.
And he says, and the right kind of massage. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again. That's what his MO was, you know, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
Now, on that front, he suggested that federal prosecutors.
And, you know, obviously we got trolls and Trump, you know, trolls basically, because I don't believe too many real people being honest, you know, being real about it, think that this is not damning for Trump. So there's going to be trolls that's going to say, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because so far, a lot of the shit didn't matter. Trump was allowed to get away with a lot. But let me tell you, it's over. It's over for Trump. And anybody who doesn't jump off that Trump chain right now, especially even in the Supreme Court, they're done too. They're done too, because they can be impeached and should be. You know, they should be impeached. You can't let a person connected with this kind of stuff, you can't make excuses and possibilities and ways for them to become the president again. Nah, that was all Supreme Court changing the rules, and because they changed the rules, they damn near destroyed the Constitution. It can't be fixed with many of those same judges. The rule of law, it started with them breaking it and bending it, for Donald Trump. The man has already, the things that he's been accused of, espionage, stealing top secret records in the thousands and bringing it to your home to let other people look at it while you talk about it to them, nuclear secrets and other shit you don't know was all in that. Okay, but again, whether Donald Trump, I'm an American citizen. My family comes from both sides comes from the colonial period, but I live outside of the United States. So I live in Denmark. So I have health care. I have universal health care. My kids have universal health care. My kids have universal education. If they want to become a doctor, they go to school and get paid to. If they want to become an engineer, they go to school and get paid for it. If they want to become something else, they go to school and get paid for it. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't affect me if Trump becomes president, but I'm loyal enough and concerned enough about my people, because I am an ethnic American and I'm a immigrant in Denmark. You see what I'm saying? But I care about my people, even though I live here. So I'm just telling you what comes from my heart. Some people are going to get it. Some people ain't going to get it. And if you don't get it, I don't give a damn. I'm not here to explain all that. I'm only here to tell you what I think. That's why people listen. So I'm telling you what I think. And I think Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, they starting to get the message that Americans are fucking pissed. And that we not stupid. We are the most armed people in the Western world. Each person. Each single individual got more guns than in any of these other countries. And those guns are for protecting your goddamn country from foreign or whatever. However you want to call it. You can mix it up if you want. You see what I mean? It's to defend the Constitution. And the moment that Constitution and our fucking rights start getting trampled on, it's not a joke anymore. No matter what you thought, you think you can get government contracts in the billions. You think you can play politics and fool people, paying people off, paying your money, giving off gifts, manipulating social media, all of this shit. Okay, motherfucker. Okay, you play that game. You think you just imagine Americans, can't get pissed. And this is not a red or blue thing, a Democrat or Republican thing. Nah. A lot of us is fucking pissed. This ain't an independent thing. Nah. A lot of us is pissed. This is a citizenship thing. This is a countryman and woman thing. This is a thing about people's ancestors actually toiled in the dirt to build that fucking country and shed bloods. You don't get to just buy that. Yeah. In any case, I'll be back, y'all. I just wanted to hit y'all up for a little bit. Y'all be good. Have a good day. Again, that was a hit piece on Donald Trump. He's done. He's finished. Donald Trump is finished, y'all. I'm going to catch up with y'all in a little bit. Be good, all right? Release the Epstein files. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Pam Bondi. Fuck Kash Patel. Fuck J.D. Vance. Okay? Click the like button. Subscribe.
They want war. Crime babies looking for food. Starvation, the recipe. People subdued. When the people you trust got it in for you. Deceit is the word of the day and every clue. Don't let it go. It's from the days of old. Time is up, but some still do not know. Can I make up my mind? Is it worth the dime? Do I have to take a minute just to make it mine? Life's never fair, but don't listen to the TV. Go out and take a listen to the streets with the people in the slums and the homeless bums with degrees and degrees sitting under a tree. It's not easy in the world for the poor man, the one that brought you to reality. See, they don't want you to know about the black sheep, leaving 7 roads to the 12 families all around the globe with an ancient code. Is it really asking a lot to say a death old? Cause we sitting on the earth looking back at extinct, and I'm standing on some ground that's about to sink. I ain't scared for a minute, I ain't about to blink, but I documented for the world what I see and think. Feel we on the call and I feel we on the brink. All Congress gonna do is waste paper and ink. Vote or die, you voted and you'll die. You can have it both ways, can't say it's a lie. You can march all you want, but they playing you wrong. They only understand war, it's the same old song. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. All they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. Like a lotus coming out of the mud with colors, I create envy in those with power but jealous. I unify the poor with my song, the hell with the others. Descended the way they treat indigenous brothers, cause I understand we link forever. They try to hate us even though that we keep it together. I'm not talking about controlling the air or the weather, I'm talking about maintaining the truth, the high endeavor. A rebel drops bombs in the midst of trouble. The free world counterattack and now there's double, but nature gets the shit in a way that's subtle. If you stop the machines for a minute you might hear, but they won't cause the TV's whisper in the ear. And capitalism has eyes that don't stare, and they cloud up and get crazy and won't stare. And like an ad, it's hard to get an ass to listen. Living like this is like living in prison. It's hard to keep hope when you're living in prison. The spiritual thoughts, so yes, the mental prison. The outside, yes, it's got to get through. Something's gotta die, so something here can live. Your life is nothing if you got nothing to give. Keeping the spiritual, yes, disguised as religion. Controlling your mind, the mental prison. They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more, but they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. All they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds